Hello, my friends. Welcome to another reading vlog. I have not done a reading vlog in quite some time. These are my favorite kind of videos to create. They take a little bit more time because I have to remember to record myself reading and filming updates and stuff while I'm reading a book, and they just take a little bit more time than my sit down videos. Work has been so busy lately and I just have not had a chance to actually film a vlog, but I'm gonna really try and be better at them. Not only are they my favorite videos to create, they're my favorite videos to watch as well. They're just so cozy and warm and they're just so comforting. That's what we're doing today, another reading vlog. And I am about to start this book, Say You Swear by Megan Brandy. This has been sitting on my shelf for the longest time, just screaming at me to read it. But I've been holding it for the fall time. It has a football on the front. And when I think of fall, I think of football. And when I think of football, I think of fall. So I have heard so many people say this is one of their favorite books of all time, which is saying a lot. I don't know. I hope I feel the same way about this. But I'm going to dive into this book today. So hopefully y'all enjoy hanging out with me for a few days. I will be giving you updates as I go, but I won't be doing any spoilers. So none of my videos are ever gonna have spoilers in them, and if they do, I will warn you ahead of time. So I hope y'all enjoy watching. I hope this video brings you some type of comfort in your day. Thank y'all for hanging out with me today, and let's get into Say You Swear. Take off my makeup and put my hair back because this is something very weird about me. I don't like reading with makeup on. Is that the weirdest thing you've ever heard? I think it's because when I read, I like to snuggle up with a blanket, or sometimes I'll even put my hand on my face like this, or it's just if I have makeup on, I feel like I have to just sit like this and read the book. I can't touch anything. Anyway, here I am, bare face, messy hair, I'm on page 31. I'm literally just into the book. There's a lot of characters. I'm only 30 pages in and I feel like I'm trying to keep track of who's who. Ariana and Cameron are best friends. And then we have Mason, who is Ariana's brother. And then the two other guy friends, Brady and Chase. That's their little clique. Gist of this so far is they are taking a little trip to their beach house as their last hurrah before they go off to college. But there's one part where there's all these characters introduced and I was like, wait, what? I had to reread that a few times. There's cousins and brothers and other friends. There's one part where I was like, wait, who's who? The writing, there's some lines where the writing feels very immature in a way. It's hard to explain, but these are obviously high school kids right now and they're going into college. So I guess that makes sense. And it is very relatable because I've been 18 before and I've been going into college before. So it feels very relatable in how they feel about certain things and their way of communicating and stuff. So it is a little bit relatable. What I'm gathering is that Ariana and her brother are very, very close and her brother is very protective over her. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me a little bit of The Summer I Turned Pretty because they're all just this little clique of really, really close friends. They're taking a trip to their summer house to just have fun with each other before they go off to college. So it's giving me The Summer I Turned Pretty kind of vibes because of how close they are, and Ariana and her brother, and then the side characters as the friends. So that's the vibe that it's giving me so far. The setting is also giving me that also because it's so far set at their beach house. I'm going to keep reading a little bit more now and I will keep y'all updated along the way. I wasn't expecting that. I just got done eating dinner. So I'm about to go upstairs and get more into this book. I'm only on page 50. I'm gonna be honest. There's 4 million characters. And I've had to read certain parts multiple times because I'm wait, who's who? And now you're introducing a new character. Wait, now you're introducing another 2 characters. I just can't keep up. So I'm hoping it all clicks because right now Why are there so many characters? This made me giggle. His pajama pants sitting loose and perfectly low. I suck my cheek between my teeth, fearing I might make an incredibly embarrassing sound as I do my best to conjure up the shape of the bulge pressing against the thick striped cotton. So fine. I haven't called someone fine since like middle school.
Girl, you fine?
Hey, when's the last time you called someone fine? Like, ooh, that girl's fine?
Probably high school. Like
High school, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we were in high school in the early 2000s. So, jump scare. Let me move this back. I'm a little too close. Okay, is that better? Okay, y'all, it is the next day. And I have been out and about all day long. Well, Jacob and I have both been out and about. We've been running errands and just doing all of the things today. So it is currently, I think it's like 4:43. I have not read at all today because I've just been doing all the things, but I am about to jump back into Say You Swear. I only got to page 84 yesterday. Some things are starting to happen, and we like that. We like that. One of the guys in their little group, Ariana is like crushing on. That story is kind of starting to be introduced, and I'm enjoying that. I'm like, finally, okay, something is finally starting to happen. I would say the like first little part of the book was just a little bit all over the place for me. It was like hard to keep track of all the characters, and like there's the main group of friends, but then the author starts like bringing in all these other people, and I'm like, I don't know. It was just a lot for me to keep up with. I don't know if that was just me. I'm gonna get cozy. I'm already cozy. The minute I got home, I took a shower, put on my big old t-shirt, got my blanket, my book. I'm gonna sit down and read for a couple of hours, and then I think Jacob and I are gonna watch a movie later on tonight. Like once it gets dark, we're gonna watch a scary movie because 'tis the season. Can you tell everyone hi, buddy? Look at that face. I have this YouTube channel on for him. It's called 4K Relaxing Wild Animals, and it plays like this very relaxing music, and it just shows animals on the screen, and he loves it. Like every time I put it on, he's so enthralled with it, and he always ends up falling asleep. Like it just relaxes him and he passes out. So if you need something for your dog to distract them, maybe try this, because Albus loves it. You getting cozy? Okay, I feel like there's all these little side stories going on that I hope have some meaning at some point in the book, because right now I just don't see their meaning. I'm just like, I don't care. That sounds mean, but I don't. I'm like, I want to get back to the main little group and their drama. Yeah, I don't love all the little like, oh, it just got dark. There's Peyton and Parker, and I'm gonna be quite honest, I don't really know who the fuck those people are. Like, I've heard their names in the story, but I couldn't even tell you who they are. Like, who is Parker? I hate having to like go back and look because I don't remember, or like it didn't have any significance to me as when I was reading. Clearly, this is a character that I didn't really care about when I read about this person at the beginning. Clearly I read about him, but couldn't tell you who he is. Oh, now I remember who Peyton is. Still don't know who Parker is. Let's go. Let's go. Are you ready to eat? We gotta make you some food. We gotta make you some food, buddy. Come on. It's time to eat. Y'all, I look a mess. Let me prop this up because I didn't bring my tripod down here. Oh, that's fucking cold. Get in here. That's better. I noticed one other thing about this book that I'm like, did I miss something? But the main character is Ariana right now. Pretty much everything has been told in her point of view, with the exception of like a couple of scenes that have been told in one of the other guys' point of view. But most of it has been her. And I have yet to find out what she looks like. And I'm 100 pages in. The only thing that I know about her is that she's 5'5" and she has brown hair. And that's it. And I want to know like other details about her because it's really hard for me to picture her in my head. I like to be able to visualize the main characters as I'm reading, and I can't visualize her. So it's been tough for me to like connect with her character, I think, because I don't really know like that much about her. So not even just the way she looks, but like, I don't know. I feel like I don't really know her personality very well. And something is like missing there. And it's weird because she's explained the way everyone else looks in the book. Every other character, she has explained what they look like. And so I can visualize all of them, but she's the only one that I can't visualize. And she's the main character is being told in her point of view. So that's a little weird and frustrating. Anyway, I'm going to make Albus's food right now and feed him, and then I'm going to go back upstairs and read a little bit more. It is currently a couple of days later. It is Sunday. I don't really remember the last thing I updated y'all on. I think I was on page 80 something the last time I talked to y'all. But yesterday was a very, very busy day for me. I had to work basically all day long. And for those of you who don't know, I'm a full-time content creator. So I was filming reels pretty much all day long. And then after that, we went to the movies and we saw The Creator, which was, it was eh. And then when we got home, I literally put on my pajamas. We were catching up on Yellowstone, and then that was it. I didn't read at all yesterday. But today is Sunday, and I do plan to do a lot of reading today. What page am I on? I'm currently on page 172. This is a long book too. It's like 500, almost 550 pages, which is long, I feel like, for a romance. There has been a new character that has been introduced, and I'm obsessed with him. I love him so much. He is very sweet and he's charming, and he's also very confident at the same time. I am liking the book a lot more now than I was at the beginning. I feel like the beginning just felt a little bit all over the place for me, but now I finally feel like the story is picking up because Ari and her friends are now in college, and the whole setting that they are in is just very nostalgic for me because it just reminds me of when I was in college. And so obviously the guys in this book are football players, so it takes you through like the football games and just the vibe of the football games and the parties afterwards. Just everything that you think of in terms of college life, you get in this book. So I really love the setting. The setting is just, it's really good for me. Anyway, I'm gonna go read a little bit before the Cowboys game. I will keep y'all updated.
Cozy!
We're cozy! It's so cold in here. I'm gonna read my book. We're watching football, and I'm reading about football. Let me pause that. Hello, friends. It is the next day, and I'm about to start reading. I got up to page 239 yesterday. It has definitely picked up for sure. I feel like once I got to like the 200 page mark, that's when I like didn't want to put the book down, and I hadn't really felt like that up until around that area. I am going to read a bit right now. Jacob is out working today, and he probably won't be home until like 9 o'clock tonight, and it is currently 5:20. So I pretty much have the whole evening to myself, and so I'm just going to read. I'm just going to read this book because I'm at a part where I'm just like, all right, I got to keep going. But there is a character in this book that I am absolutely in love with. I just love this character so much. I'm not going to say who, or I'm not going to tell you really anything more than that because I don't want to spoil it, but there is one character in here that I'm head over heels. So I'm gonna keep reading and I will keep y'all updated. there's this one line that just got me. I was like, yeah, I like that. He says, I'm gonna lay this out for you, so pay attention because I need you to hear me. I'll pay attention to you. Why did that get me? I'm gonna lay this out for you. Ooh! Let me lay it out for you, so pay attention because I need you to hear me. Okay, I'm on page 251 and we have a new character's perspective, which I'm so happy about because the whole book so far has been in Ari's perspective. And now we have a new character. I'm very happy about this because I thought the whole book was going to be in Ari's point of view, and they're about to go on a camping trip. I have a feeling is going to be a really good part of the book just because of the dynamics of the group and what's going on right now. And then also the setting. She said, he played puppet with your puss, didn't he? This man has me swooning though. Let me just tell you, this might be my new favorite book boyfriend. He says, you want me to touch you? He said, you got a hickey from Kaniki. We love a good Grease reference. I got to page 273 last night. I plan to read a lot today. And then we'll probably just watch, we're currently catching up on the 5th season of Yellowstone. We're like, I think 3 or 4 episodes in. So we'll probably watch an episode of Yellowstone, which is, oh my God, one of my favorite shows ever. It is so good. But yeah, I want to read a lot today. I'm really loving this book. The beginning was a little iffy for me, but now I'm like really into it and I am in love with this character. I don't want to tell you who it is because I don't want to ruin anything, but there's a character in this book that I am just like, I have the biggest crush on. I have the biggest crush on him. If you have read this, you know who I'm talking about. And if you haven't read this and you plan to, I'm sure you're gonna love him too once you read it. So I'm gonna drink my coffee, I'm gonna dive into the book, and I'll keep y'all updated. Was not expecting that. What? So I am determined to finish this book today. I'm determined. I'm on page 409. So I have like 140-ish or so pages left, 130, 140. So that is my goal for today. It is the rainiest, stormiest day, and there is nothing better than snuggling up with a book on a rainy day. This morning, it's actually like only 8:30 in the morning. I woke up at like 5 today and I had a lot of work to do. Usually we get up at 5 and we work out, but Jacob actually had to leave to San Antonio today for some work appointments. And I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna work out right now. I am just going to get all of my work done so that I can dive into this book, finish this vlog, and hopefully upload this vlog either today or tomorrow. But anyway, the point is I'm gonna be finishing this book today, and then I will do sort of like a recap and my full review and rating and all of that at the very end of this video. So I'm about to make some coffee and I'm gonna dive back into this book and I'm going to binge this until I finish. This creamer right here is so delicious if you like caramel. It is the caramel flavor. I am so pissed at myself because I forgot to hit record before I poured my creamer into my coffee. Fail, big fail. Anyway, this is what I frothed my creamer in. This is the frother that comes with the Nespresso. 100% a must if you have an Nespresso, but if you don't, you can buy frothers like this on Amazon. But frothing the creamer makes the biggest difference. It is a game changer. Okay, I just finished Say You Swear. I'm trying to decide on my rating. I think this is gonna be a 4.25 or a 4.5. I can't decide. I ended up really, really loving this. The only reason why it's not getting a 5 is just because the first part of the book was, I don't know, it was just a little bit all over the place for me. It was a little bit hard to follow. I didn't really love the writing. It was like very choppy in a way. I can't describe it. But then, like, it's so crazy because the second half of this book versus the first part, I feel like the writing was so different. Like, I would say from like page 200 until page 550, the writing flowed so well, the story flowed so well, but like the first part of the book was just, it was just kind of a mess. I don't know. It's just very strange. There were also some characters in this book. I know I talked about this at the beginning of the video, but there were some characters that were introduced at the beginning that I feel like were so pointless and didn't really serve a purpose to me personally in the book. But overall, just a little bit of a recap of this. So Ariana, this book is basically about her and her group of friends that are very, very close with each other. One of them is her brother, and they're basically just like family. And I can really relate to that because I have a group of friends who I just love dearly, and I consider them my family. So I really, really related to that. Her best friend, Cameron, I really loved her character. They like absolutely reminded me of Belly and Belly's best friend in The Summer I Turned Pretty. Like their relation, I kept picturing them while I was reading this book because their relationship is so similar. If you've seen the show The Summer I Turned Pretty, Ariana and her friend Cameron, like their relationship is like spot on to Belly and her best friend in The Summer I Turned Pretty. But their like whole group dynamic actually really reminded me of that friend group in that show. So if you love that show, then you will really like the dynamics between the friend group in this book. But they're in high school, and then pretty early on in the book, they end up going to college, and they all go to college together, and the guys in the group play football. So they're all on the college football team. And so I really liked the football aspect of this book because I am a big football girly. I just love football a lot. So the fact that that was in this book, I really enjoyed that. But if you're someone who isn't into football, that shouldn't deter you from reading this book. Like there's football scenes, they don't overtake the storyline, if that makes sense. Even if you don't like football, I would still absolutely recommend reading this. And then when they go into college, it's basically about the dynamics of the friendships, and more so also about a relationship that Ariana has with somebody. And then this book takes a turn that I was not really expecting. Something really big happens in this book that kind of shifts the dynamics of the group and shifts the dynamics of the main relationship that's happening in this book. Really hard for me to explain it without spoiling it, but I will say that something big happens and then the dynamics just really shift, and this book turns from like a sweet romance into a much deeper one. And there are things that happen in this book that are just so deep. They're deeper than what I expected, and I really, really enjoyed that because I'm someone who in romances, I love depth and I love meaning in the writing and I love meaning in the relationships, and I absolutely felt a lot of emotions in this book. I mean, if y'all didn't see, I was crying my eyes out in a certain part, and it takes a lot for me to cry in a book. Like, I really don't cry a lot when it comes to books, and this one really got me. There is a relationship in this book that I can really relate to, and I won't say more than that, but I think that's what really pulled at my heartstrings. So after that big event happens in the book, this basically takes you through a lot of, I guess you could consider it trauma and healing and love and friendship. Like, it has everything in it. There are also some spicy scenes in this book that I really loved. I love spice in books, but I will say, if you're not someone who doesn't like spice, I think that this book, it's very easy to read over or skim through if you're someone who doesn't really like a lot of spice. And in my opinion, compared to the spicy books that I have read, I would say the spice in this is very mild, in my opinion. So That's my opinion compared to the books that I have read. I just thought it was so good. I had such a good time reading this book. It took me through all different kinds of emotions. I was laughing, I was crying, I was like pissed, I was frustrated. Literally took me through so many emotions, and I just really, really felt a lot while reading this. It is a pretty long book. It's like 550 pages. And when I first started this, I was like, why is this book so long? But then as I continued reading, I was like, oh, okay, now it makes sense why it's so long. There's just a lot that happens and a lot that goes on, and it absolutely needed the 550 pages. So anyway, I really, really loved this. If you have not read it, I would highly recommend. But y'all, I think I'm gonna end this vlog here. I really hope that y'all enjoyed watching. Would love it if you would subscribe to my channel, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye!